This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. I want to give all praises, all honor to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rukakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. And peace and salutation to all the brothers and sisters that have been scattered to the four corners of the earth that behave and look like the other nations. Shalom. Video clip here. Let's lock here. Phone, man. Tweaking on me. This is an article from RT News. Fewer nukes stockpiled in 2021, but more of them primed for launch, as U.S. and Russian upgrade arsenals, Arms Watchdog reports. In 2020, the world's nuclear powers have decreased the overall number of nuclear weapons in their possession, but more of them than a year ago are now ready to be fired at short notice, according to a report. And that's all I'm going to read on that, because just based on that alone, you can see that the nations, all right, mainly China, Russia, America, all right, Britain, okay, the superpowers of the world right now are bracing themselves for a war, all right. They can have their G7 summits all day long. They can smile in front of the camera, shake each other's hands all day long. But behind closed doors, all right, actions speak louder than words, man. And these countries, right, these superpowers are gearing for war, man. All right, yeah, they stockpiled less nukes this year than they did last year, but there's more of them ready to go. All right, they got the mobile ICBM silos now. All right, so that they can bring them closer to the coast of their countries, the borderlines, to be able to reach the other countries. And that's why the scripture says that the Lord is going to shoot his arrow, all right, from one part of the earth into another. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that one. This is Jeremiah 50:9. It says, For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. You know, because hey man, once Armageddon goes off, man, which that's not gonna happen until the Mark 1000 is put into play. You know, all right, which is the CHIP. All right, that's not gonna happen until we see, you know, that come first. But you can tell that the nations are gearing up for Armageddon, for World War III. You know, and when they come against her, then that her is Babylon. Okay? When they come against her, there ain't going to be no coming back from that. Especially when the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, sends down his mighty angels, all right, to place judgment upon Babylon, man. To bring the fire from heaven, you know. Verse 10 says, "In Chaldea shall be a spoil, all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh, because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls." Your yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. Because I got this other one right here. This is the one I really wanted to get. This is 2 Esdras 16 and 13. It says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the earth, into the ends of the world, you know. All right? Because they ain't going to be nowhere that Esau, Edom is going to be able to hide, man. All right, these ICBM nuclear missiles are going to be coming from every direction. All right, they're going to be coming from China. They're going to be coming from Russia. They're going to be coming from Iran. All right, because eventually, all right, the nations are going to turn on Babylon. All right, they're going to turn on the great daughter of Babylon, man. They're going to turn on America. They're going to turn on Esau, Edom. And even Edomites are going to do it from the other side of the world, from the east. Which the Lord is going to send chariots over there to mess up the land of Israel and those false people that are inhabiting the land right now. Okay? It says, and this is going to be super quick, you know. Let's go with this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat," which is the valley of judgment, of Yahweh's judgment. All right, which is really the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. All right, and it says, "And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." You know, so the Lord is putting the spirit on all these nations, okay, to come against Babylon, man, to shoot at her with their arrows, all right, those missiles, all right, those ICBM nuclear missiles, man, all right, to what? To ultimately destroy Babylon, all right? Because why? Because they have touched the apple of the Lord's eye, man. Okay? Which is you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans, so-called Indians, indigenous to the Americas. Okay? And those of you that have been scattered to the four corners of the earth that behave and look like the other nations. All right, because Esau has spoiled the children of Israel. And the other nations have partaken in it too. But this is mainly concerning Esau. This is the man that is ruling the earth, man. This is the wicked. Like we saw in the video that I played from the brother, he put the scripture up. They were showing Esau's blessing. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. And let me read this definition of the word plead. It means to judge, govern, vindicate, punish, to act as lawgiver or judge, governor, to rule, to govern. It says to execute judgment. All right? And that's what the Lord is going to come do. All right? It says, verse 2, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat and will plead with them and will what? And will judge them or execute judgment with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted from my land. You see? Because our people have been scattered, our people have been spoiled by Esau, Edom. All right, and that happened mainly, okay, during the Israelite diaspora and the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, which all is in the hands of Esau, going all the way back to the Romans, man. All right, which is the beast. All right, this the system that Esau Edom has of rulership. You know, that's why the scripture says that the beast was wounded and then it was healed. You know, because Rome went down, but it was reborn in the form of America. You see? And then which one I was going to get? Yeah, I was going to get the blessing of Esau Edom. Okay? Which I believe that's in, well, let me just get it. I swore. Shall thou live. Genesis 27 and 39. It says, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. You know? And they did that during the time of the Renaissance, man. The rebirth of the power seat of Esau. Why? Because we now, let me see how many years. I'd say about 1492. We're in 2021. We're going on 700 years, man. Later, all right, we at the end of Esau's rulership. All right, which is the end of this evil present world. That's why the scripture says that Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? And that's why there's a new arms race, or a new race for who has the strongest weapons, man. But these heathens have caught up to Esau. Okay, that's why I read that Obadiah, man. Because the time is coming for Esau Edom to be taken down. And the Lord is going to use, partially he's going to use the heathens to do it. The other nations. To shoot at Babylon. All right? With arrows that can go from one end of the earth to another, man. Those are missiles. The glittering sword, you know. And it says, that was it on that. Joel 3 and 9. I'm going to jump to 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And these nations, these nations for the past 2 or 3 decades, all right, have been spending all of their money on military enhancement, defensive and offensive wise, marine wise, all right, and even in the sky, man. You got Japan sending people to the to so-called space, the heavens. Okay, you got them building a ginormous naval fleet off the Pacific, in so much that it's caused conflict with the other nations, and China has beat into them to do it, man. Because the Spirit of the Lord ultimately is raising up these nations to come against Esau, Edom, man. Or mainly to come against Babylon, because Esau, Edom is all over the world too. All right? The dominating nations of the world are so-called Caucasian nations, man. All right? Edomite sects, man. Edomite clans. Starting with the Amalekites, man. Those people that are inhabiting the land of Israel today, which are imposters. You see? It says, verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. You see? Because the angels are going to get involved into this, man. All right? And that's what's going to lead ultimately for Esau and the nations to kind of turn their face towards the Lord in battle. But the scripture said that the Lord about to do everybody in, man. You know, it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahushua. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe, and the earth is ripe, man. It's ripe for the picking. And that's why Yahushua said, that he came to bring a sword and not peace. Let me get that one real quick. It says, and what will I if it already be kindled? You see? Right, Luke 12:49 says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled, man? What do you want the Lord to do if the world is already on fire, man? You know? If you got all these people already giving in to all their sexual desires, man, in all these profane ways. If you got all the nations killing the people with their secret poison that they put in all the products that they force the people to buy and eat, because you can't farm for yourself anymore, because you can't do anything for yourself anymore outside of government, or else you're a threat to society. You see? All right? That's why the world is ripe, man. That's why it's already kindled. That's why it's already on fire. Because of the violence, the evil, continual evil in the heart of man is flourishing and is hitting the peak point. Just like it did before. Okay, in the times of Noah. It says, for the harvest is ripe, come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. You see? In Salakia. Let me read that again. Joel 3:13, it says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. You see? And what it says in the book of Revelation, that their wickedness, let me get that one. All right, their wickedness has reached heaven, man. I believe it says reach the heavens. Let me do this. Revelations 18:6. Well, I'm going to start at I'm going to start at 4. It says, Revelations 18:4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues, man. All right? And though Babylon is getting plagued right now as we speak, the big plague is going to be those missiles, man. It's going to be the nations coming up against Babylon, man. Okay, to destroy her. All right, and the ultimate plague is going to come from the chariots, man. Verse 5 says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. You see? So, Esau, all right, and their prized city, all right, and America, aka Babylon, according to the scriptures, okay, the Lord is going to destroy them for that. It says, and they're going to have to pay double, man, double for what they have done to the children of Israel. Okay, because just like in the time of Egypt, where the Lord heard the cry of the Israelites, the Lord is hearing the cry of the elect today. And he's going to come to deliver them out of the hands of the wicked. You see? It says, verse 14, it says, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. You know? And we've seen signs in the heavens, man. You know? We've seen the signs in the heavens, man. Okay? It says, verse 16, it says, Yahweh also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but Yahweh will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. That is our Redeemer. All right? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, who is going to deliver us by destroying our enemies, man. Mainly Esau, Edom. Okay? Now, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it with this Revelation 16 and 12. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. The Lord is preparing the entire east hemisphere for World War III. Because Esau been geared up, man. This is the mindset of this devil, man, is to always have the weapon on him. That's why that devil Cristobal Colon said that if he was going to be remembered for anything, he wanted to be remembered for never putting down his sword. You see? It says, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of the Most High, Salaki Almighty. You know? Verse 15 says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. All right? We, the hopeful elect, are watching for this and reporting, because we see the signs of the times. We see the tokens. We see the prophecies being fulfilled. And you know that we are in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that we are in the spirit of Yahushai, because the scripture says that the spirit of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. Verse 16 says, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, man, the valley of Yehoshaphat, the valley of decision. That day when the Lord come and makes a reckoning upon Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nations, man. You see? And like I said, this is going to be short, so I hope that this was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashum Yahushai, Bahashum Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And peace and salutation to all the brothers out there pushing and swearing truth and sincerity with charity. Shalom and Abba Baba.